I've received requests from subscribers to explain how to play the classic hard rock track Run for Cover by Gary Moore. It's not a really difficult riff, but it is a bit tricky since you need to use your thumb a lot and some unorthodox ways of playing chords. I'll start off with a full speed demonstration of the riff accompanied by tablature. Then I'll break down how to play it. In order to play this riff, you need to be comfortable with the following: regular power chords with the 1 in the bass, power chords with the 5 in the bass, the natural minor scale, the minor pentatonic scale, and some common triads like A and E. Ideally, you also need to be comfortable using your thumb to play bass notes. Although it is possible to play the song without doing that. Theoretically, the song is nice and simple as it draws only on chords that occur naturally in the F-sharp minor chord scale. The song is in the key of F-sharp minor, so you start with an F-sharp 5 power chord. After that you do 4 palm muted chugs on F-sharp, and then you use your minor pentatonic scale. Okay, so power chord, chug, 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 C sharp, E, F sharp. So you use your minor pentatonic scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 octaves, but if you take out the 2 and 3 and you just play 1, 4, 5 octave, you get this kind of mid to late 60s sounding blues explosion sound that you might have heard in John Mayall's Blues Breakers or the Yardbirds or Peter Green. As we know, Gary Moore's a massive fan of Peter Green, so he may well have got this little shape from there. So you combine your power chords and your chugs, your pentatonic scale. There we need to start using inverted power chords where we've got the 5 in the bass to get this part. So the best way to do that is to use, instead of using your first and second finger, you should use your second and third finger. The reason for that is because after that you will play an A5 power chord, which the easiest way to play it is to bar with your first finger. And in between those chords you're going to play this is where the tricky part of you having to use your thumb to play the bass notes. Okay, so you play A5, the bass note, A flat 5 with your first finger, the bass note again, and then you move up your first finger to play the A5 again, and then you hammer onto B5, okay? If you've got smaller hands like me, then you'll have to use your pinky to do it. If you've got slightly bigger hands, you can use your third finger. Ideally, what would be best is if you have big enough hands is to use your third and fourth finger. But if you have smaller hands, the volume should be enough by just using your pinky. Alright, so that's the first part of the riff done. From there you just repeat it again. Chug the 4 chugs. And instead of using power chords, we now use actual triads. We use A and E. The way Gary Moore does it live is he doesn't use fingers 1, 2 and 3 to play the A. He uses 2, 3 and 4. The reason for that is because it makes it very easy to transition into E. All I have to do is just take a couple of fingers off and I'm in E. If I play it in the traditional way, I have to take my fingers off the fretboard, which is possible, perfect, but it's more awkward than just, I don't have to take my fingers off the fretboard at all, and everything is very smooth, transitioning between 4 chords, because you need A major, E major, and then a derivative of F sharp minor, and then back to E major, alright? The first part of the riff was played over an implied F sharp minor chord, so you were using a lot of F sharp pedal notes. It now switches to playing over an E major chord, so we now start using E pedal notes. So after you play this part, A, E, play 6 palm muted chugs on the E string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it's A major, E pedal note, E major, E pedal note, F sharp minor into E major, and then 2 pedal notes. Then to finish off the riff, you just descend down the minor scale using power chords. In the case of F sharp minor, that would be D5, C sharp 5, B5, A5. Then you have a single G sharp note. And then you finish the riff with a 7-1 cadence. So the 7th degree of F sharp minor is E, and then back to the tonic, so it's E, F sharp 5. You get that F7-1 cadence a lot in classical music and in quite a lot of rock music too. Let's have a recap of what we've learnt so far. To finish the riff, you play it exactly as before, but you change the ending. So instead of having this ending, you now change the ending to 8 D notes on the 5th string, and then you descend down the natural minor scale in groups of 4. You've probably done that drill before, just going down in groups of 4. But he does it twice, so he does it once, and then he does it again, and then instead of going linearly down the minor scale, he jumps from the 3rd note of the scale to the tonic. Okay, so he doesn't go, it's just jump from A to F sharp, from the 3 to the 1. And by doing that, he adds more of a pentatonic rock flavour to it. The wider interval causes a more noticeable gap, so it creates more drama and a more noticeable cadence and juxtaposition between the 2 notes. Just sounds a bit more rocky and a bit more dramatic. It's quite simple but very effective. If you're not able to play with your thumb or just don't want to, it can be played without that. It's a bit more tricky, but it can be done. If I was going to do that, the way I would do it would be, so after you've done the beginning bit and the pentatonic bit, instead of using my 2nd and 3rd finger to play the A5, I would go and bring my 3rd and 4th finger down to play that. Use my 2nd finger to play the bass note, use my 1st finger to play the A flat 5, my 2nd finger to play the next bass note, and I'd probably have to slide up into the B5. And then from there you use your 1st finger to do the final bass note, and then fingers 2 and 3 to do the A5 again. I haven't practiced that much to be able to do it to performance standard or performance speed, but if I was going to do it without using my thumb, that is how I would do it. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it helped. If you'd like me to do a full transcription of the entire song or a breakdown of it, please write so in the comments. If enough people want me to do that, I'll be happy to do so. Thanks for watching.